Tigers likes participating in Netflix and candles. Your next performer coming to the stage, guys, came a long way to be here. I'm so glad he did. He's my buddy from Delaware. Give it up for Xander J. Hobson, guys, coming to the stage. Xander!
Good evening. How y'all? This place is like a fucking AA meeting, man. Hello. My name is Xander, and I'm a comedian. At this point, y'all supposed to say hi, Xander.
Hi there!
Let's try this shit again. Hello, my name is Xander, and I'm a comedian.
Hi, Xander.
Hey guys, what's going on? I like the shirt, assholes live forever. I'm an asshole. But deep down inside, I'm really a nice guy. So the next time you find yourself calling somebody an asshole, ask yourself, is that person really an asshole? Or did the asshole in me bring out the asshole in that person? Something for you all to think about. I direct and produce boxing documentaries, young people. I'm gonna hand out some cards when I finish. I expect you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. I might be being shadow banned because I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. You know what I mean? I get on there and I do all kind of asshole shit. I recently broke up with my wife, maybe about almost a year ago. And I went from sleeping next to my wife to sleeping next to a remote control, a 380 pistol, and a jar of grease. That's what I went to sleeping next to, you know. But while I'm sitting here thinking about it, right, I miss my wife. I miss her. And anytime I get the opportunity to, I tell people I miss my wife. So I was talking to my buddy Stefan there, a guy that I've probably known longer than most of you have been alive. And he said, well, why don't you go home? I said, well, I don't miss her that much. So anyway, I wanted to talk about my Uncle Joe, my mom's youngest brother. You know? Uncle Joe, he was a cool ass guy, man. Cool motherfucker, man. Witty, handsome. The bitches loved him. But the only thing about Uncle Joe, he wasn't thinking about chicks, man, because he was strictly dickly. You know? So, yeah, man, my uncle was a cool guy, man. He was the first guy I ever seen to wear an ascot. He was the first guy that I ever seen who wore a kilt. Now, the only chink in my uncle's armor was, that motherfucker used to touch me, man. Yeah, y'all ready to get deep, man. This motherfucker used to touch me, man. And the crazy thing about it is, right, when I think about how he used to touch me, it really pisses me the fuck off, man. And the first time my uncle touched me, man, me and him was in a 5 and 10, man. And I seen this toy that I wanted. And I said, Uncle Joe, buy me that toy. My uncle, he started blinking his eyes. You know how gay guys get when they hear something absurd. He said, no, you got enough toys. As a matter of fact, hell no. Folks, I don't mind telling you, my mom had spoiled me rotten. And I threw a temper tantrum that was so ferocious. All the white kids in that store that day started taking notes. And next thing you know, I found myself laying on the ground, holding my chest, gasping for air, because the left jab my uncle touched me with, it knocked all the wind out of me, man. So that was the first time my uncle touched me, man. And it was a horrible experience, and I'll never forget it until this day. There was another occasion when my uncle touched me. Man, I was up in school cutting up because I was a spoiled little asshole. And I had behavior problems, you know. And my uncle came up to that school, man. And when he found out how bad I was cutting up, man, he reached inside of his pocketbook and pulled out Ebony magazine and folded up really, really tight. And he touched me. front of the entire class, man. He touched me. And it gets worse, man. Because I took off running. And my uncle gave a suit. And he broke the heel of one of his Gucci shoes, man. And I have to tell you all how bad my uncle touched me after I made him chase me around that classroom and he broke the heel of his shoe. And it gets worse. It gets worse, man, because until this day, man, I'm 54 years old and I still have friends who remind me of how my uncle came up to that school in his dress and his high-heel shoes. And he touched me that day in front of the entire class. And the crazy thing about it is this, right? My uncle didn't just touch me. He touched other guys in the neighborhood, man. I remember one time, man, me and my uncle was walking down the street, and this guy called my uncle Aunt Joe. He called him Aunt Joe. Man, listen, my uncle touched this motherfucker with a left hook and knocked him the fuck out. Yeah, my uncle, he was rough, man. Rough guy, man. Another occasion, he was jumping rope with the girls, man. Oh, he was doing that shit. My uncle could jump double dutch, man. He was jumping. And this bully came up and started fucking with him, man. Started calling him faggots. My uncle stopped him. Started blinking his eyes. You know how a gay guy get, man? That one, you gonna fuck with him while he jumping rope? My uncle, man, he stopped. And he said, wait right there, Mr. Man. You know you're in trouble if a gay guy called you Mr. Man. Man, he went in the house. And we thought that he was going to get a knife or a baseball bat. This motherfucker came back out with one of his kilts on and a pair of patent leather combat boots. And he told that guy, he said, listen, man, win, lose, or draw, you're going to get hurt. The guy stood there, man, and thought about that for a second. And he went on about his business, man, because he knew if he would have stuck around a little bit too long, my uncle would have touched his ass, man. You know what I'm saying? My uncle would have touched him. So, man, that's what I was thinking about, man. And I'm one of these guys. I've never been homophobic over to my uncle. Very good guy, man, great guy. But I will say this, one of the things I learned about my uncle, I learned that gay guys, they be winning, man. They're winning. Let me tell you why. First of all, gay guys got a lot of options. They can fuck with chicks as well as dudes. You know what I mean? And if a gay guy fathers a child, he could be a mother, or he could be a father. Hell, a gay guy can celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day. Hell, a gay guy can go into a department store, and if he's not happy with the men's section, he can go to the women's section. But the thing that I know best about a gay guy, if you're asking me, if a gay guy starts to experience erectile dysfunction, hey man, listen, they can give up pitching and just start back catching. Thank you, folks. Appreciate you.
Alexander, everybody, give it up. A lot of touching going on. This next guy touched my heart because he's my clone. Give it up for my lover, John Morris, everybody.